Hey guys, welcome back to Bite Me. Oh, wow. It's been a week for me, I tell you what. I really feel like I'm just running on empty here. I think, what, I've been talking to other creators on TikTok, and I know that they're all experiencing some personal anxiety as well. I think that we are all universally sort of feeling this, there's a name for it, and I forget what it is, but it's like, let's say that you were fighting for your life in the wild, and then relief comes, and they rescue these people, and they're just so exhausted they almost collapse in the ambulance or on the helicopter or wherever they're from. It's because all that energy they've been exerting to try and stay alive, they can now feel relief. So I think that that's, what we fought for so long is now here. And it's not to say the work is over. I know it's not, but the big hurdles are for now over. Until 4 years from now. But, a lot can happen in 4 years. A lot can happen in 1 year. A lot can happen in 1 second. So I guess we'll see. But, yeah, I'm riding the wave right now. But today, on Season 1, Episode 15, we're going to talk about cancel culture. In the last episode, What We Tolerate, I discussed a little bit how I had shared the videos of the woman harassing the Native women at a bar and how I released the videos of my partner being harassed in the Walmart. Cancel culture is a hard thing for me. And I didn't even understand the term for a long time, but I actually was victim to it. I use the term victim loosely. I experienced cancel culture. A lot of you know my personal situation with my son. If you've seen my TikToks, if you listen to the previous podcasts, he is a teenager. He and I had a fight some years ago. I pepper sprayed him in self-defense. It was a big thing. And boy, I tell you what, overnight, all my friends and family just gone from my life. It's a huge part of why I seek to rectify issues with the Native American community now, is because a lot of the Native American women came to my aid. Strangers came to my aid. And so, but that's, it's neither here nor there for this podcast. That's not necessarily what we're discussing. I'm just saying I myself was canceled and I'm back now. So I'm sure that makes some of the haters pretty angry, but I am sensitive to the cancel culture issue. I don't want to be somebody who is ruining someone else's life. However, there's a difference, I think, slightly between the witch hunt and the cancel culture. And we're going to discuss that here. So what is cancel culture and how did it start? The Vox, which is on Twitter and Facebook, describes cancel culture as the idea that a person can be canceled, in other words, culturally blocked from having any prominent public platform or career. Jonah Engelbromwich, he's a freelance reporter for the New York Times. He referenced cancel culture best viewed as neither positive nor negative, but something else. Okay, check it out. He described it as a new development in the way that power dynamics work, a development brought about by social media. Let that sink in for a minute. We're all being manipulated by our phones. Okay, Google, Twitter, Facebook, these are our new lords. You can't deny it. I know that every time I look at my phone, every time I look at my daughter's phone, it's like you and I are seeing something totally different on each of our phones. There's algorithms for TikTok. There's algorithms for our brain. They even have it so that it can communicate directly what area you're in so they can sell you things, So they know, they, being the powers that be in the social media sectors, know what you're going to pander to. They know if something's going to trigger you. Outrage porn, I call it. They know when something's going to make you upset. They know how to make us come after each other like wolves. Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad once said that cancel culture breeds less forgiveness in our society. He's not wrong. You can exist 1 minute in the world and be totally ostracized the next off of one bad choice. I'm telling you, I would know. It's wild. But it isn't a reality TV show like Survivor. This is real human lives with consequences. True, some things like racism do need to be canceled. But in order to utilize this cancel culture method effectively, again, that goes back to cancel culture versus a witch hunt, we have to examine the intent of the accused. Too many people are just so quick to write everything off and just oust that person without really looking at all the facts. Okay? It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible of us to not get all of the sides. It's not fun for the person being canceled, so you really do need to, I mean, honestly, you can really legitimately wreck someone's life these days. You know, when what happened with me and my son happened, I didn't wake up that day intending to hurt him. I didn't intentionally plan to cause my son harm at all. But thanks to a lot of over-exaggerated news articles and one damning police report, I was canceled from everything and everyone. So even though I have a lot of responsibility to address certain things, you can imagine my reservations when I posted those videos, you know, because I knew on some level what the consequences for these people would be. She lost her job. She isn't at that school anymore. She deleted her Facebook. Here's the thing. The difference is a repeated or intended behavior versus a natural or unintended reaction. You've got a woman who was sitting there saying, and I'm quoting her, she was saying the words "res bitches" is what this woman was saying. That slang, that definition, that term, that slur, that isn't something you say if it's your first time using it. Do you know what I mean? She used those words before. That's an intended action. My situation with my son, we got into a fight. He became physical. I pepper sprayed him. It wasn't an intended action in that I planned it. And it's not to say she planned to go to the bar and call these women those names, but she did know what was coming out of her mouth when she said it, and there are consequences for actions. And she has to take responsibility. So, I mean, this is a short podcast, so we'll conclude with this. You can't cancel everyone because your phone told you to. Okay? There's going to be no one left if you keep doing it that way. People make mistakes. Things happen. This is life. We are human. Okay? There has to be some compassion, some understanding, some forgiveness. You guys, you don't want to become the people that you hate. Hate the action, not the person. People who are doing and saying these things, they're ignorant. And I know that they're ignorant because I used to be one of them. And I got out of my brain and I started giving a shit about other people, and I went through some truly traumatic life experiences that caused that. But some of these people don't have that availability. Some of them have lived in their hometowns forever. I'm not excusing anything. I'm just saying they need educated. All right? You don't want to teach them that to learn something new is to be hated. You want to teach them that, hey, what you're doing is ignorant, and this is what you should be doing instead. I also understand that you can't change people. You can't teach old dogs new tricks, but some people just really don't know. Don't breed hate. Make peace, not love. Or wait, make peace and love, not hate. You guys, you're smelling what I'm stepping in. But the point is, we have to, if we continue to hate these people who hate us, we're eventually just going to reverse the roles rather than, have them evolve completely. That's what you want. You want all equality. You don't want people hating each other, groups hating each other. Let's equalize the divide here, okay? You can't tolerate hatred and racism because to tolerate is accept it, and to accept it is to continue the lineage of prejudice and oppression. But again, use your judgment. Fight the good fight, but examine your own and the other person's actions before destroying their life completely. You guys, the suicide rate's up as it is. Like, I know. It's not as easy as kumbaya and can't we all just get along, but try to use good judgment in your decision-making processes. I know that I'm guilty of it too. I try really hard on TikTok. I really want us all to be a part of the solution and not the problem. And I really do think that cancel culture, in some sense, breeds hate. So don't tolerate the action, but do, mind your actions, if that makes sense. Maybe I'll get some hate for this podcast, maybe not, but I promise you, it really is all peace and love, okay? As always, you can check out the Truthful Groomer website. The link tree is in the bio. Go over to Twitter and Insta where you can get more information. And check out the pack on Patreon. I recently added webinars. We're doing some focus groups there. We're sharing our personal stories in an intimate setting. And you get to support me. Isn't that great? So, you can check out thevox.com for the full article on cancel culture, and Jonah Engelbrom, which is Twitter account, for more of his articles and more of his journalism. Good, he's got some good stuff. So anyways, I'll let you guys go. I'll see you next time on Bite Me.